Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's an open the box and it's another peek back into the past, and it's an unboxing of a game from another company that is no longer with us, and a game that some of you may not be familiar with. It is Marine 2002 from 1979, published by Jaquinto Publications, a game of the First Lunar War. So let's have a look. So inside the box we've got some movable terrain, unit losses through step reduction, geomorphic map board, and the components include 3 9 by 21 inch map board sections, 2 sheets of extra thick die-cut counters, a complete rule book with scenarios, a command log pad, game table cards, unit operation sheets, a pair of dice and a sturdy plastic tray. Scale is 1/2 kilometre per hex, 5 minutes per turn, individual vehicles and 2 to 4 man unit formations. Number of players 2 to 6. Average playing time 1 to 4 hours depending on the scenario. Complexity. They say it's a level 2. This game falls in the lower end of average wargame complexity, being fairly easy to master but having fairly detailed mechanics. So Marine 2002 is a tactical level simulation of combat on or near the surface of the moon. The futuristic weapons used: neutron warheads, rocket shells, lasers and charged particle beams, and conventional shells, are playably duplicated with a system that faithfully shows their strengths and weaknesses. The game includes rules that cover ground and air movement for all units, combat with beamed weapons, and a battlefield which is limited only by a horizon which varies with the current altitude of engaged units. Other rules easily account for communication and command control, morale, individual casualties, cumulative vehicle damage, orbiting weapons platforms, and much more. Right. Let's open the box. First are the rules. Right. Let's have a look at those. These come in at 24 pages, and the concept of the game is by somebody that you may have heard of, Kerry Anderson. Development and rules, Michael S. Matheny. Production, J. Stephen Peake. Cover, John Hagan. Graphics and printing, Robert Jaquinto Printing Company. And some playtesters here. Right, let's have a look. May have to zoom out a little bit, it's a bit long. There we go. So, contents. Basic game rules up to page 10, and then additional game rules up to page 15, and then some optional rules up to page 20, and then we've got the scenarios and other bits and pieces. The cover illustration is called The Descent into Hell. Introduction to the game. General introduction, game scale, game components. Of course, it's all black and white. Some of the units here. Terrain counters, we'll have a look at those. What makes up the units for infantry and vehicle stroke gun units. Setting up the game. Scenarios. Set up preparation for play. Basic game rules, here we go. So, basic game sequence of play, stacking, sighting, And there's like a little ruler type thing, I believe, in the game. Line of sight, combat, weapons effectiveness table. So it looks quite involved for a basic set of rules. Casualties, casualty removal, and then we've got the advanced game rules with their own sequence of play, indirect fire with nuclear weapons. What fun. The log sheet. How to fill out the log sheet. Vehicles and vehicle damage with the vehicle damage table here. And then some optional, morale. And then optional rules. Transportation units, loading passengers and things. Smoke. Full cover, craters and radiation. Additional vehicles. So what have we got here? The kitty car. The dragonfly. Orbital weapons platforms. Friendly fire. Vehicle crew replacement. Crikey. Close assault. Indirect fire. IFW against an indirect fire weapon. I don't know. Close assault. Additional units. These scenarios. With an introduction. Scenario format, sequence of scenarios setup, random scenarios. And there it tells you how to put the map sections out. Scenario 4, advanced game rules. So you've got, 3 scenarios using the basic game rules. 1, 2, 3. And then Scenario 4 onwards, we've got advanced game rules, a couple of those. And then 3 with optional rules. No, 4. So there's quite a few scenarios. And a little bit of background, a little bit of what if. There we are. And the optional rules sequence of play, unit point values, victory differential tables, and there's been some little bits of pencil scattered through the rule book, which I've tried to get rid of. But yeah, there we go. Them's the rules. Here's the combat vehicle damage sheet. There we go. So, not quite sure what all that means. And on the other side, we've got transportation vehicle and weapon damage sheet. So a pad of those. Couple of sort of player aids. This is the vehicle damage table here. Casualty results table. Morale. Vehicle crash. Smoke. And on the other side, optional rules sequence of play. That's there. Movement. Weapon effectiveness table. With some modifications, ranges. And that's a nuclear weapon. Crikey. Right. We got one of these. Yeah, Quinto, you can bet on us. Always good to see these. Great Redoubt. There's our one. Panzer. That I see, and that I see quite regularly on eBay. And here's this tray. We get one of these in the game. I'll show you that in a minute. There we go. And there's also a colour version of it. Wargaming Origins 79. Starfall. CV. Beastlord. Oops, sorry. There we go. An ultimatum. And what we got here? We've got ironclads. And on the back, Time War. Battle the Game of Generals. Achtung Panzer. There we are. Counters. These are the thickest counters I've ever seen. Here we are. Here's the Americans. If I can show, look at that, look. Crikey. That's thick. If I can get it in focus. That's thick. There's the Russians down there. And this is this sort of measuring stick. Look at that. Some more Russians. And the second sheet has Russians. Another measuring stick for the other player, I suppose. And these are, I didn't show you the other side, but they are all single-sided. And these are the craters and other obstacles you can punch out to put on the maps. Crikey. Thick counters. There are 3 heavy card sort of map sheets with it, which you can see they haven't even been separated, but they are geomorphic, I think, so you can place them any which way. We've got up the top there, it says A, B and C. We've got a couple of company organisational sheets. Soviet Heroes Lunar Brigade. So these are single-sided. And one for the United States Marine Corps. With a turn record track on that one. Couple of dice. And this thing in the bottom of the box is a sort of tray to put your bits and pieces in. Problem with this is that this game has to be stored flat because otherwise they will fall out. So there we are. So this has been a trip down memory lane for a game I think is quite obscure. And as I said, some of you may not have even heard of it. It is Marine 2002 from Yaquinto Publications and dates right back to 1979. Well, hope you enjoyed that and you found it interesting. If you did, and it was, and you haven't done so already, why not think about subscribing to the channel? It really does help. Pushing the like button of the video helps too. And if you want to be informed of other content that the channel uploads, or push the bell. Leave a comment. What do you think? Another blast from the past. Do you actually own this game? Have you played it back in the day? Let me know. I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you very much. And one last thing. If you want to support the channel a little bit further, well, now you can. You can buy the channel a coffee. And all those coffees fuel the channel and enable it to upload new content. So if that's of interest, you want to find out more, I'll leave a link in the description, and thank you. So, until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.